Hey there, boot campers. It's good to see you guys. It's a Friday night. Y'all probably want to be out watching movies and chillaxing with your families and hanging with your husbands and your wives and chilling with your kids and sitting and watching television, but instead you're hanging with me. So thank you. Oh, there we go. John Harnish cameo. And there's Benjamin right behind him. And there's all our homeschool books. He'll get to hang with me in a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So it's so good to have you guys on. Thank you for faithfully giving up your time, which is kind of funny because it's exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight is time management. One of my biggest Achilles heels. No lip out of you, Harnish. Achilles heels in the business. John says, I don't need to say anything at all. So it's so good to have you guys on. An honor to be able to speak to you. And kind of sad because this marks the end of week 4 and we only have 1 week left of boot camp. And then you guys have finished. You've made it. You did it all on your own. And I'm so, so proud of you. Congratulations on being almost boot camp survivors. I was talking to my team today and I said, we all should get t-shirts that say boot camp survivor, hashtag diamond rising, hashtag poverty over, right? That would be awesome. So this is day 20 and the topic of day 20, we got people listening in Australia today. Thank you. This is what I do with my hair when I don't have time to take a shower. Just comb it and throw in pigtails. So this is day 20 and the topic for tonight is balance, boundaries, and treating your business as a business. So balance, boundaries, and treating your business as a business. Y'all ready for a little oil adrenaline tonight? If you just popped on and you've never been to a boot camp before, my name is Sarah Harnish and I'm a platinum leader in Young Living. I'm also the author of the Game Plan book, which is this little bugger right here. It's Game Plan, the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver. Is the most comprehensive system in all of Young Living because there's over 1,800 questions answered in this book, dozens of diamond interviews that I pulled information from when I was interviewing the diamonds on all of the trips that I've taken with Young Living, over 42 different network marketing books, all compiled in one place. It's the best of the best of the best all in one spot because I found that when I wanted to train my team, I needed a whole stack of books to be able to do it. And I thought to myself, if I can't afford this and I can't afford this for 200 leaders I want to work with, how on earth can a star afford this or a distributor or a senior star? So we put it all in one book for $20 to make it simple and easy for you to be able to share and to train leaders on your team and to inspire them and to motivate them and to answer their questions. The biggest thing is just getting them over fear. It's just getting them over the fear of the unknown, having their questions answered so that they can be a diamond rising and move forward with your business. And so that was my number one goal with boot camp, even with all of you guys that aren't even on my team, is to try to help you get over some of these fears that you have so that you just go full barrel ahead and you know that this is what the Lord has for you and you're excited about your business and the places that He's taking you. Well, we got Greta on from England tonight. That's awesome. Good to have you on, Greta. That's on my bucket list, is to get to England. We have a lot of English roots in our family. Matter of fact, my maiden name is Spencer, which is about as English as they come. And my husband has a whole line from Ireland, the Kerr line as well. So I might be hitting you up when I come visit England. All right, so a little bit more here. Tonight we're going to hit on one of the most critical aspects of your business. Very, very critical, because you walk away if you feel like you can't juggle this, if it feels like it's too much for you. And the nice thing is that you can determine what too much is. Maybe too much for you is more than 15 minutes a week. That's what you can put in, is 15 minutes a week at this season in your life. If you're consistently putting in 15 minutes a week, I don't think that's the best number to get to silver quickly, but just say that's a magic number for you. Then you set it, you stick with it, you're consistent with it, and the Lord will honor that. Maybe your idea of doing a business is training your brain for an hour a day, whether you're listening to the Game Plan audiobook, which is almost out, but not yet. Almost. I checked right before I came on. Maybe you're training your brain. Maybe you're listening to some Danny Johnson training. Maybe you're doing some mastermind, Eric Worre, whatever you got in your head. You're teaching a class once a week and you're doing follow-up. And that's what your business looks like. And you're committing, an hour a day to your business or an hour and a half a day. And that's what you can physically handle with what you have on your plate right now. Whatever you do, if you do it consistently, God will bless it. He will grow it. The only people that don't get to diamond are the ones that aren't consistent. They're the ones that walk away. They're the ones that give up and say, this is too much. Well, the reason they say it's too much is because they let other things pile up in front of their day. And then they're cramming to get all the stuff done for their business. So it really comes down to time management and making sure that you're making space for your business in your life. Otherwise, you're going to be slamming trying to get ready for your class that you haven't prepared for, right? getting those bags ready to hand out to people and trying to get your follow-up done a month after the class and nobody's answering you because you didn't touch base with them. So it's really important that you're setting aside consistent time. This is day 20 of a 25-day boot camp, and you are never, ever, ever late for this thing. Never late, okay? You're always welcome. Matter of fact, as soon as we wrap this up, I want you all to start it again with your teams. So there is no late to the party, late to the game. It's just whenever you decide to do your business, you throw them in the boot camp. That's it. And they start with day 1 and they work through it. And we've got all the videos my husband is doing dishes. They can hear you, sweetheart. John goes, oh, sorry. They just finished eating a big bowl of chili. And so whenever you decide to start, it's not the wrong time. That's going to be the start of the best decision you ever made. So you're not doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong. Linda, we're going to have a photo of that. There's actually a photo of it in the book, in the game plan book. But we're also going to put a picture of it up on the oilabilityteam.com website with links as well. So you guys have asked me just a couple quick little isms that you've been asking me about. Audible is not out yet, but it will be at any moment. Like at any moment. We have officially been accepted. It is headed to retail. 70 hours of recording in the studio. 5 weeks of rejections again and again and again and again. The last email, 41 things we needed to fix with the audio that they didn't like. We want a music bed under this. We don't want it under this. We want a different intro. You know, I mean, so many times we could have walked away from that file and just given up. I think it was harder to put together than the game plan book, personally. And it's a big hit to me because that's my world. That's where I really feel like I can thrive. You get me behind a microphone and I'm happy as a peach. This environment, this is uncomfortable for me. This whole Facebook Live, like looking at my face thing is weird for me. But behind a microphone, I'm really comfortable. So yes, I am the one that recorded it. I've had about 50 of you ask me that. I did all the recording myself. So it's literally me whispering into your ear and coaching you one-on-one and just saying, hey, you're going off course. Let's get back on course. Let's go this way. So I'd really encourage you, if you've got the book, to get the Audible version also, because you can listen on your phone. You can listen on your tablet. You can listen on your devices. You can listen while you're doing dishes, like my husband who's got the water on again in the kitchen. He's like, I'm so sorry. But it's awesome. It's awesome. And it's coming. It's so close. It's so close. So it says heading for retail on the page, and we refresh it like every hour to see if it's there yet. Bulk orders of Game Plan Mini. All right, guys. First, you broke our website, and we had the website down for 3 days trying to handle the volume of you guys getting on downloading the 101 lecture, which we're updating this weekend. So just a heads up, I'll pop it up when we got it updated for you. 22,000 people tried to download it all at the same time, so it took down the whole website. Then you shut down Amazon when you ordered all of the game plan books, which, by the way, right now we've sold 17,000 game plan books in 3 weeks. 17,000 game plan books and workbooks in 3 weeks. You shut them down. They had to outsource twice because Amazon could not keep up with the books that you guys were ordering. We hold 3 of the top 20 spots in all of Amazon under entrepreneurship right now because of Team Young Living. Well, last night you crashed PayPal. So PayPal was down as well because of all these Young Living. So we got a message from PayPal this morning saying that it's going to take them 3 weeks to be able to process all of the payments that you guys have sent in, because they want to make sure that we're not a scam because of how many people ordered in such a short period of time. Your orders are still going to go out on time because we've been so blessed with the royalties from the game plan book that John and I are going to pay for the orders so we can get them out to you guys until they release all of that. But they're checking to make sure that we're not some Swiss bank somewhere, because you guys literally shut down PayPal last night. We had 22,000 orders come in for books in 48 hours. So that's how seriously you guys are taking this, the game plan system, which is crazy. That means in 3 weeks, we've sold 40,000 books. 40,000 bucks between the game plan book, game plan workbook, and the mini. Like, I know. John and I are sitting here like, God, this is all yours. Like, this is all your baby. Because I know, oh, my gravy is right? So, and our biggest prayer with this is we just want to help people get to diamond. That's where John's and my heart is. So the more people have this, the more their chances are of getting rid of those fears and getting over their questions and their nervousness and their anxiety. We're going to get past that by giving them this tool. All right, giving them this tool. So thank you. From the bottom of John's and my heart, thank you. Thank you so much for breaking Facebook, for breaking Amazon, for breaking PayPal, for breaking our website. You know you crashed Facebook too, right? The first night we had 103,000 people on. So I just look at this and say, God, you're incredible. If you want to get this tool into more people's hands, share it in your groups, share it on your business pages, share it with your team, put it on your Facebook pages, put it on your personal pages, tag your leaders, invite leaders to the Oil Ability with Sarah Facebook page, because you're going to get updates when we have new releases on stuff. So if you want your leaders to know and you haven't had a chance, maybe they don't see everything that they're being tagged in, just add them to the page and then they're going to get updated as well. So just go to the Oil Ability with Sarah Facebook page when we're done with this, and up in the top, you can invite people to the page, and that keeps them up. I shared with Young Living Corporate today. Yeah, we were on the corporate call for Platinum. The Platinums talked about the game plan system as well. And we got mentioned by Young Living today for our rally as well, which is pretty cool. That didn't even have anything to do with game plans. So I just, I guess the word I have for this month is awe. John and I are just in a place of awe. This is God's book. This is his system. He gave it to us. We're just stewards of it. And I'm just in awe of what he's doing. We prayed that we could get as many people on that stage as Diamond as possible. And I really believe that with you guys sharing this, that's going to happen. I think Young Living's going to need a new stage. I think we're not going to be able to get all the diamonds on that stage. So poverty over. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. We're breaking everything. So the Pocket Mini, you wanted that. If you go, we now have a button for it on the website. So if you go to oilabilityteam.com, there's a button for bulk orders. And if you click on it, you'll see the Mini up there. So it just makes it easy for you to share. You don't even need to click off of it off of the Facebook page. It's on the website. Oil of the day I'm getting to. Just give me one moment, all right? We're almost at the point, almost there right now, where this entire system flips and starts all over again. We're almost there. We only have 5 more boot camps and we're there. So before we get into the training, let me just explain to you what the system looks like. And if you need this repeated to you again, there's a button for it at the very bottom of our Oil Ability team page. If you click on it, it's got our logo. Just click on the logo at the bottom of the page and it'll show you exactly what I'm talking about right now. Game plan was designed to be repeated over and over and over again. It only works if you duplicate. All right. If you keep all these things that you've learned in your head and you don't share them with your team, you're going to have crazy growth this year in your leadership, but your team is going to stay in a place of fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety. So it's really important that you are duplicating the system again and again and again. It was meant to be shared. All right. It was meant to be shared. So the game plan system, the whole system, has 7 parts. This is the book. This is not where you start though. Where you start with the game plan system is actually the Mini. This is the first part right here, the very, very first thing. So 7 steps. And again, these are up on our website. Just scroll all the way to the bottom of the website and you'll see the button there for it. So 7 system. This is what I want you guys to copy. This is the duplicatable part that makes it simple to share. Step 1, give them Game Plan Mini. You're going to give them the Mini and you're going to gauge their interest in the business. And now you can get them for $1. So you can hand them out like candy and pick up leaders everywhere you go. Walmart, post office, Old Navy, friends that write you, at your church, small groups, anywhere. You can hand out the Mini like candy because it's only $1. All right. But this is the first step is you give them the Mini. Then you touch base with them. Remember, if I will you, if I give you the Mini, will you touch base with me in 2 days and tell me what you think of it? Okay, if I will you, use that. All right, use that. So step 1, the Mini. Step 2, they come back to you and they say, oh my gosh, I really truly am interested in this. Talk to me. Are they ready for game plan yet? No, they're not ready. You're going to overwhelm them and you're going to lose them as a business builder if you put the game plan book in their hands. That's not time for that yet. So step 2 is in your book, in the appendix, all right, all the way in the back of the appendix, there is a 3-page teacher training, which we're going to go through next week. A 3-page teacher training takes 30 minutes max to do with them. You're going to go through it and it helps them get over some of their initial fears of doing their first class. It just explains to them the perks of the business, why they want to be doing it, and all the little isms, the who, what, when, where, why, how of the business. So I gave you the script for the who, what, when, where, why, how of oils. That's the 101 script, which is Appendix A in here. The other script is for training leaders. It's the who, what, when, where, why, how of leadership. So you're going to sit down and just get them over some of their fears of doing the business side. So you do the training with them. You don't give them the book. That's step 2. So step 1, Mini. Step 2, you do the training with them from your appendix. Step 3, you walk them through their first class and you stay really close to them. You help them market it, you help them host it, and you help them do follow-up. Okay, you just kind of stay close. Maybe you're in the room with them, maybe you're just coaching them from afar if they're in a different state, but you're there to answer their questions and see them through. And maybe that first class is them sitting on their couch with 3 women, and maybe one's their mom and one's their best friend. That's totally okay. You just want to get them over that fear of the first class. So they come to you and say, you know what, that really wasn't too bad. That wasn't too hard. I can read these 3 pages. Like, I think I know what I'm doing. I think I'm good. I think I got this. So that's step 3. Step 1 is the mini. Step 2 is the teacher training. Step 3 is the one-on-one class. Step 4, now they're ready. Okay, now they've gone through the first class and they're over that fear of the unknown, of sharing, of reading the script. So step 4, you either give them the game plan book and the workbook. All right, you either give it to them or you encourage them to purchase it. It depends what level you are in your leadership. If you're a gold and a platinum and you can afford to gift a few of these books a month, I gift them to my leaders. Okay, that's where. But we're at a high level of leadership, and we've got a good part of our check we set aside just to be able to grow that part of our business. Remember, I told you the first 6 months of your business, I like you to forget that you even have a check and just put it right back into your business because it's going to grow so much faster if you're investing in you. And one of the ways you can do that is through this system. So step 4, you either get them the book and the workbook or you encourage them to purchase it themselves. All right, if I will you. Step 5, they're ready for boot camp. So now they got the book and the workbook in their hands, and all you do is you give them the link for boot camp with the boot camp videos and say, okay, I'm going to check in with you. Time to go. Here we go. Do I give them the script for their first class? You know, Kristen, if you want to do that, if you're sharing with one leader and you're trained to train 2, go for it. I'll give you permission to do that. All right, go ahead. I'd be all right with that. So step 5 is boot camp. So they get on, they're watching the videos, they're reading the book, they're doing the homework. All right. There's so many ways of doing boot camp. It's ridiculous. I mean, so many different ways. And we've talked about this a few times. It might be leading it in your own teams. It might be putting the links up for each video every single day for your teams, or weekly or bi-weekly on your business pages with your teams and holding them accountable. The boot camp elements are the book, the workbook, and the video. That's how you do boot camp, 25 days. Maybe you do 3 of those days a week. Maybe you do 5 of them a week. Maybe you do 1 a week and you spread it out over 6 months, whatever it looks like for you. Maybe for your team, because you just want to get them ignited, you show them video 1 and 2 and they just read the book and they skip the videos and they do those at their own pace and you give incentives for them finishing it. There's really no wrong way of doing it. Okay. Whatever you feel your group can handle and whatever your leadership style is, that's how you share the boot camp with them. But that's step 5. All right. Step 5 is the boot camp. Then step 6 is train them to train 2, just like you just did. So as soon as they're done, they think of 2 people that they want to train and they start all over again. Game plan mini, teacher training, help them through their first class, book and workbook, boot camp, train 2 to train 2, rinse and repeat. Those are the steps, 1 through 7. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You should be in a perpetual state of training leaders all year round. If you are a distributor and you have 1 person under you, you are in a position of leadership in this business. All right? You're in a position of leadership. So if you train 2 to train 2, you have an organization of 531,000 people in your Royal Crown Diamond in 1 year. 1 year. All right. 1 year. Does it mean that you're rereading the book over and over and over again, or you're watching every video over and over and over again? No. It just means that you have an accountability system in place where you're checking in with them. All right. You've already been through the boot camp. You know the boot camp. You don't need to do it again and again, although I would encourage you to get the Audible version and listen to it after you're done with it. Oh, thank you, Beverly. I appreciate that. Everybody likes my hair tonight. But you understand the 7 steps. So step 1, mini. Step 2, teacher training. Step 3, first class. Step 4, game plan book and workbook. Step 5, boot camp. Step 6, train 2 to train 2. Step 7, rinse and repeat. And then start all over again. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Everybody got it? I'm going to move on if you guys have it. I just want you to know, because we're getting to the part where we're almost ready for rinse and repeat. And it's time for you guys to go out and train 2 to train 2. So you're going to continue pouring into yourself with the Audible version. You're going to train your teams to train 2. So as soon as we wrap this up, the ball's in your court. All right. Now it's up to you to continue the training using the system. The system is going to work so much better if you're training your leaders constantly. You should always have leaders in boot camp. Always, 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 always. All right. So tonight, part of your homework is to find 2 people on your team that you want to pour into. 2 people. It might be a person that you just see has a lot of potential, that buys the oils and you see where it could go. I'm getting to it, Ruth. I don't have it quite yet. It might be somebody who is a silver on your team who's been stuck for a while. It might be somebody who's really excited about the oils and probably would do very well at the business. It doesn't matter. Or maybe you're an upper leadership. Maybe you're a gold or a platinum or a diamond or a silver, and you have other silvers on your team, and you just want to work with your whole team of 40 silvers and do the boot camp. There's no wrong way of doing this. But I want you to pick at least two people, and get them in your head, all right? So that you're ready for next week. So, your role now is going to be an accountability partner and check in. So some of the best things that I've seen out there, this is what I've been watching based on how you guys are using this with your teams right now. I've seen people do Facebook Lives right after these boot camp trainings, and they get all their team right on their Facebook Live, and they're touching base with their team about the stuff that we cover in these boot camp videos. Some of them get together physically as a team, and they're watching the videos together. Some of them are offering incentives in exchange for notes that their leaders took on each of the videos. Some of them are skipping the videos for a time because they're overwhelmed by it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And they're just doing the book and the workbook, and they're offering incentives to their team for just the book and the workbook. I told you on our own team, we do 3 videos a week. So that's how I'm using it in my team. It's spread out over 3 months, and every 3 months I start all over again. And I give gifts to my team for finishing the boot camp, for getting it done. They get presents in the mail from me. 25 days of boot camp does not need to be 25 literal days. Now, you guys are ninja warriors, and you did do it in 25 days, but you don't need to set the bar that high for your team. The biggest thing is just do it as you can, get the information in their head. As soon as my leaders finish boot camp, I gift them the audiobook. So that's my gift to them, is the audiobook, so they can continue to train their brain while they're driving, all right, or doing dishes. I want this training in their mind all the time to erase all of their fears. So Game Plan Mini, Teacher Training 101, Game Plan Book and Workbook, Boot Camp, Train 2 to Train 2, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I want to tell you too, in the back of the Game Plan book, let me put down here. Here it is. The back of the Game Plan book has a certificate for them finishing it. Have you guys seen that? To the very, very back. We put that in there because it's part of the Train 2 to Train 2 system. So as soon as they finish, have them bring their game plan book to you and sign it as their leadership. Say, listen, you did it. You completed it. I'm so proud of you. You can even photocopy it out of the book. And a matter of fact, I think we'll put this up on the website so you guys have a nice color version of it as well. And you can print it off and then sign it and give it to your leaders saying, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations for finishing the boot camp. That's a huge, huge accomplishment. So I think we'll put it, am I going to sign yours? Hey, all right, come on, guys. There's like 20,000 of you on. Do you know how long it would take me to sign all of your all of your certificates? Would be crazy. Maybe I'll put one up there with my signature on it and you can print it off. Fair enough. Will you sign mine at convention? Yes. If you're at Aroma Share, if you guys come into Aroma Share and you bring your certificates, I'll sign them at convention. Fair enough. I'll be at Aroma Share. All right. When I'm at convention, I'll be walking around with dark sunglasses on and a hat on my head. You guys are too much. So, let's see. So that's how our team uses boot camp. Let me tell you about the results from boot camp and where this goes. All right. Where this goes if you keep doing this again and again and again and rinsing and repeat. All right. I told you, we were up 30,000 OGV the first month that we did it, which was in July, by the way, which is one of the slowest months of the year in the summer. We were up 30,000. We completely defied July. Right now, we're up 100,000 since we started the boot camp cycles last July. So last July, we were at 130,000 when we first started it, and we'd been there for like 8 months. We've been stuck at 130. This month, we're closing out at 230. So in 6 months of doing boot camp and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat, our platinum team is up to 230,000 OGV, and we are coming in very strong and solid for a diamond ship in February. And I don't think that would have happened had we not had the boot camp cycle going again and again and again and again, over and over and over and over again. Okay, so that's where this goes if you keep rinsing and repeating and make sure you're checking in with your leaders. It's your time to lead, guys. I led this one. You got to lead the rest of them. All right. That's the power of duplication and of education paired perfectly together. Duplication is in your court. Education was in mine. All right. So I put the education together for you. Duplication falls on your shoulders. So use the system. Use the accountability worksheet in the appendix of the game plan book that we talked about, because it's going to keep your team on track. And here's the thing. If you fall off the horse, which will happen, it's happened to me. All right. If you fall off the horse, just get back on. Just get back on. You're never late. You can't mess this up. The only people that don't get to diamond are the ones that quit. Okay, so wherever you are, if you haven't done it in a couple weeks, it's all right. Just pop back on and pick up wherever you left off. If you completely forgotten everything, just start with video 1 and do it all over again, all right? There's no wrong way. All right, just use your gifts and talents, your pace, your abilities, and do it in the way that you want to do it. I've generated tools and education for you. You take it and you meld it to what's the best way for you and for your team. You know your team so much better than I do, so I can't lead your team. You know your team, all right? But what I can do is put tools in your hands so it's easier for you to be able to do that. So this is the weekend that you need to be ordering the books for your 2 members to make sure that you have them ready to start boot camp in a week. This is the weekend you need to be marketing it on your teams and getting your leaders to be going to Amazon and getting their books. If they're going to be starting when this boot camp ends, this is the week you need to be doing that. Otherwise, you're going to have a big lapse in time and you're not going to see the OGV growth that you really want to see. So be prepared, stay ahead of the game, and order everything now so that you're ready when boot camp ends and you don't have a 1 or 2 week lag and lose everybody's fire. You want to keep it going right away. So, let's see here. Always be looking ahead at the next round. Know where you're going and know your game plan. The topic tonight, balance, boundaries, and then treating your business as a business. So the oil of the night, I actually have 6 oils tonight. One of them, I think one of my teenagers walked off with, so I don't have the bottle to show you. But one of my favorites is Ula Balance. I love Ula Balance. Ula Grow is my favorite of the 2, but I'm really drawn to Ula Grow. But Ula Balance I use for balance. I also like Vetiver. This one right here for balance is wonderful. This has a balancing effect on the system when you apply it to the brain stem, right in the back of your neck. Frankincense, also another really, really good one for balancing right here. Frankincense helps balance your electrical field. So does Valor. Both of these are really, really good balancing oils. Valor 1 and Valor 2. Yes, you did just see an original Valor. I might have a stash of them. It's my number 1 oil. Valor 2 are good choices. Another good choice is Awaken. Very, very good choice for balancing your business. Mister, believe it or not, very good for balancing. Mister is not just a guy oil. Very, very good oil for balancing. Palo Santo, amazing oil for balance. And Ylang Ylang. Ylang Ylang is a wonderful, wonderful oil for balance. So Ula Balance, Vetiver, Awaken, Palo Santo, Ylang Ylang, Valor 1 or 2, and Mister are the ones that I would recommend for balancing your business. Smell them all, see which one your body wants, and that's the one that I would start with. So this chapter, I admit that I wrote this for myself. Yeah, every leader has an Achilles heel, and y'all, we wrote 3 books in a month, so you know that my Achilles heel is balance, for sure. Mine is time management. When I was in kindergarten, my report card came back every 8 weeks with the little box checked, fails to use time wisely, and since kindergarten, I've had issues with that. So I would tell my leaders, anything you want, anything you need, I'll bend over backwards to make it happen for you, to make sure you got it. I would fill up my calendar to the brim, and then I would be spending another night away from the littlest harnesses in my family. So what happened when I retired? Everybody's like, oh, wait, you know, when you retire, then you've got all this time and it'll be easy for you to be able to run your business because you don't have to work 40 hours a week at your job. Yeah. If you don't have poor time, if you have poor time management before you retire, you're going to have poor time management after you retire. All right. So you gotta learn the skills to be able to balance your clock, and whether you have a job in that or not doesn't mean that you have more time. It comes down to your skills. So I wanted time in my day, that time that I was giving up by not anchoring news, to have purpose. I wanted to wake up every day and do devotions with my husband. I wanted to go on runs with my teenagers. I wanted to get an early start, maybe 7 a.m. on my homeschool day, and have all my homeschool stuff done by 1 o'clock in the afternoon so that I could do my Young Living business from 1 until 4 every single afternoon. Let me tell you what actually happened. I recognized the issue pretty swiftly. So what actually happened was the first 3 days I just slept because I was so tired. Then I realized how behind I was. So I'd focus on one thing, like cleaning my house, or I'd focus on school or trying to get the kids caught up from school. And I found that I got to the end of every day and I didn't have any time for my Young Living business, like none. And it was because I wasn't paying attention to how I was running my day. I was not being faithful with the time that the Lord had given me. You know, I recognized the issue pretty swiftly. I mean, within a few months after I had retired, but not before losing a wonderful personal assistant who just said, you know what, I can't work with you. I'm sorry, but you're a tornado and you're driving me crazy and I can't handle it. So she left because I did not order my days correctly. I lost somebody who was a tremendous value to my business. So let me put some tools in your hands that will be able to help you with this. The first thing that I do when I really stink at something is I train my brain. So I go find somebody who's really good at it, and then I copy what they do. I read the resources that are out there, and I learn from those people that are very, very good at it. So I've learned that from radio, you're a public figure. So I've had my face on a lot of billboards and I get a lot of messages from people from being a news anchor. And I've been famous for about 18 years now. So I'm used to that level of fame. And with fame comes a lot of criticism. You get a lot of attacks, a lot of nasty messages. They say for every one person that writes you a nasty message, there were 100 people out there thinking the same thing. So I was like, thanks, radio training. I appreciate that because I needed to magnify every bit of negativity by 100 that comes into my inbox. But I've realized from 18 years of getting pounded to the ground by doing radio, that word isn't right. That period shouldn't have been here. I didn't like your inflection. You didn't pronounce this person's name right. How dare you take this stance on an issue? You're not being a balanced reporter. You gave this side of the story, but not this side. How come you didn't spend 3 minutes on this topic when you only had a 40-second newscast? I mean, we just get beat down when you're on the air, constantly beat down. And the one thing that I've learned from criticism is there's one of two things that you can do when that happens to you. You can take it, you can absorb it, and you can let it knock you flat out to the floor, okay, and not pick yourself up and be completely just messed up in the head and walk away and give up. Or you can take it, look at the little nuggets of truth that are inside it. Not always is all of it true, but maybe there's little pieces of truth in there. Take the little pieces of truth that apply to you and learn from it. Exactly, Laura. Learn from the little things that are coming at you that maybe you can improve on. And so I've taken that concept from radio and just applied it into my Young Living business because as a leader, you're going to get punched in the face a bit. You know, you're going to get some really hard days with distributors. You're going to have some hard days with people not liking some things that happen. Oh, my oil leaked in my box, or I didn't like the way customer service handled X, Y, or Z, or a leader that comes to you says, yeah, I'm totally ready, and 3 months go by and they've done nothing. You're going to have that happen all the time. And then you're going to get criticized on your own leadership style. There's going to be people that don't connect with you. There's going to be people that don't like the things that you post or don't think that you're saying things that are appropriate or whatever. You're going to get shredded as a leader. And the best thing I can tell you is take that little nugget that they give you, find the bit of truth in it, and then grow from that bit of truth. So let me give you a few tools to try to help you, because here's the thing, Satan wants you down, guys. He wants you down. And if people criticize you and that takes you down, then you're not out there doing what you were called and created to do, which is freeing people. Freeing people, training them how to take care of their bodies, how to live a chemical-free lifestyle, and be broken from financial burden. That's what you're called to do with this business. And if you are down for the count because of somebody's nasty email message, then Satan got the victory, all right? And it's Satan 1, you 0. So don't give him the victory. Don't give it to him. He wants you down. He wants you flat out. He doesn't want you responding with positivity and with joy. He doesn't want you in a place where you're working. He wants you completely down for the count. So don't give him the victory. All right. It's not his. It's not his. It's your victory. It's God's victory. And he's working through you. All right. He's working through you. So let me give you a few tips and tricks on what I use, because I'm constantly pushing myself back to the place where I'm paying attention to this. This is an area where I go off the road and then I get back on, and I go off the road and I get back on, all right? I choose to fix it and not let it take me down, because Satan is not getting a victory over my business, and he's not getting a victory in my life in anyway. He is the loser and we are the winners. All right. We are the winners because we have the hope of the Holy Spirit living right within us. All right. When Christ died on the cross, we got that. We got that. So we win in the end of the book. We win at the end of the story. So we don't need to live in a place of defeat. All right. You just don't need to. If you're surrounded by people with negativity, man, just unfriend them and move on. Kick the dust off your feet. Surround yourself with positive people. When criticism does come your way, take the nugget of truth, grow from it, and move on. Don't let it just lay you flat down on the floor. All right. So here are some ways that I train my brain. Danny Johnson, you've heard me talk about her several times. DannyJohnson.com has got a wonderful series called Time Secrets. It's about $300 to order it. It's a whole bunch of CDs and DVDs. It's really good. I mean, really, really good. She's an emerald personality. She's a green personality. So she is very methodical and very meticulous about how she handles her clock. And since she's built a $25 million network marketing business twice, I think she knows what she's doing and what she's talking about. So I would recommend her Time Secrets series. If this is an area where you really need to train your brain and you're not doing very good at sticking to the clock and you don't feel like you're honoring the Lord with your time, go get that series and just work on it for a little bit. That would be a good thing to put your hour of brain training into. Lisa TerKeurst, if you just want 2 books, let me put 2 books in your head. I read these first before Danny's stuff came. Lisa TerKeurst, The Best Yes. I love that book. If you look at my copy, it's like scribbled all over and highlighted. She just speaks to my heart in really deep places. Just really good about faithfulness and God honoring and multiplying your time when you're faithful, and being a faithful servant. I think is part of being the Proverbs 31 woman. Lisa Turkhurst. I'm going to throw a lot of things at you guys, and I promise when I'm done with this boot camp, I'll put links to all of that up. Just give me about 10 minutes after this ends, and I'll put links to all of them so you know where to find them, okay? So Lisa Turkhurst, The Best Yes, is wonderful. Also, Dr. Henry Cloud and John Townsend's Boundaries book is also really, really, really good. So I would recommend that one too. So Danny Johnson's Time Secrets, Lisa Turkhurst's Best Yes, and then Dr. Henry Cloud and John Townsend's Boundaries book are the three that I use to train my brain in this area. So do I have it all down? If you ask my husband, he'd be in glottal laughter right now. Say, ha, 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 ha. My wife doesn't understand what a clock means, right? No way. No, I don't have it down, and I'm constantly retraining myself, so I'm totally comfortable sharing my weaknesses with you guys. But I think the phone overheated. John, phone's yours.